Hello and welcome back to Hardcore Minecraft Season 2, Episode 46. Now today is all about final details. I'm getting towards, or ever so closer to the 50 episode marker, which is marking me fighting the Ender Dragon. I am very nervous for it, and today I want to run around and put a lot of final details on things. That means finishing up this entire area, getting the dock decorated. This is probably going to be over the next few episodes, but mainly it's starting today where I work on the final the final touches to many things. All the recent things I've built in this dock area, I've put final touches on. But today is going to be no different. I'm going to continue doing the final touches in all the areas. Hi, Leo. But there is some things I've done off camera. For one, there are now slabs across this entire platform here. Just to make it look a little bit better. And the cows are going to be moved. I've come to the decision that I'm going to move them towards the back. And I'm just going to take them out of here. So that's probably going to be happening today. I don't know. And I'm going to replace this with spruce slabs and stuff to match everything else. Also, between episodes, I put a staircase over here because I tend to come up through my crafting area a lot. So this is just to help me flow through the village a little bit better. And it also brings me up to here, which brings me to the next thing. You'll notice there's a lot more defense in here because I had both these doors broken. And this villager is actually had to be cured. Granted, that's kind of great for me because now he has cheaper prices. But it happened completely off camera. So I do have the zombie doctor achievement now because I cured him off camera. I also built a small auto farm off camera, which I will be showing you next. I know I said both these buildings were going to be just kind of decorative, really, but I am going to try and put something in them. This one specifically, I am apologizing ahead of time for the minecarts. There's a bamboo farm down here. It does produce decently well. It's the same exact design I used for my sugarcane farm. It's the same design, around about the same size, actually. So they're going to be producing about the same amount. Now, today we're going to be building this up and finishing off kind of this area. Because I know I need to build up some of this platform a little bit. I need to get some more of these lampposts along here. And just along these walls in general. And then I also need to figure out some of the final touches in here. I also need to name this cat. And then I also need to get the final touches done on this building. And just in general, we're working our way back through this entire area. The cows are going to be moved today. This building's going to be put up. This area is going to be decorated today. And then if I still have time left over after getting all of that done, we're going to start work up here and slowly make our way through the village. And I may, if I have time, which is probably not going to happen. It's probably going to be next episode. But I will also be doing a full episode dedicated to the tree. I need to get this done. It's been going on for so long. And I do have a good majority of it kind of felt for. I know what I'm doing with it. I just have to get it finished. So, first things first, I want to do the thing I can lean very heavily into. And that's getting this building up. Alrighty, and there we go. Another building to help cramp up this area over here. Now, I did add a little bit of a market stall to this one, and I started the gradient for the copper. Kind of showed off a little bit of it here, but that's going to also take place in the market stalls. So, this type of aesthetic is going to carry on throughout the market, just to bring it more color and more things of that nature, just so it isn't all that bright cyan. Also, ignore the birch trees. I used birch floors inside, so I ran out of birch wood. That's the reason they're over there. But this entire building is built up. It isn't decorated interior-wise. It does have like a little bit of a shelf idea here. But other than that, it's just an open interior for me to decorate later. Now, next thing I have to do, cramp this area up a good bit more. I want to decorate this entire area with foliage and farms, things of that nature. Like maybe put like a little bit of an extra farm back here, just taking up this area. Just getting more used to all of this extra space here. Also figure out what block I'm using there. Alrighty, and I have a bit of decoration in. I do have some path blocks. These are how I'm going to be doing the lamppost in very high traffic areas like the trading areas. So I do have one of these down next to that. That was kind of like a first go at it, my first template for it. And this is how it kind of looks up here. There's a few more down that way. But I have a lot of the bushes just kind of climbing the walls. I still have to put a farm back there. That's next. But I have a whole bunch of them climbing up this building because I needed to cover up, as you know, that hole that's right there. So in order to cover it up, I kind of put just a whole bunch of greenery. I originally wanted to put some trees back here, but after trying a few different variants, I couldn't get one I liked. So I just went overboard with the bushes. And there is a bit of like barrel action back here because this was meant to be like a storage area, and probably while I'm doing the garden I'll figure out some more areas to put barrels and probably clog up a bit more of this area. Also, I didn't really do much down here because I do want there to be a tree back here, but I'm not sure how I want to put it back here just yet, but I want it on this block. I know that for sure. Up next, I gotta do the small garden that's back here. Alrighty, and there we go. This is actually a beetroot farm because I've noticed while I'm trying to sell all of the crops I'm making, I haven't zombified and cured any of my villagers. So the prices tend to be a little bit on the steep side. So I'm having to plant extra crop in order to make enough to sell to them. So beetroot being one of the higher priced items, I need more of it. So that's just gonna be a beetroot farm. Now I want to kind of figure some stuff out. Hold on, let me clean up my inventory and then we'll get to moving the cows. Okay. Cows have been successfully moved and bred one time. I did have to take out evidence by the beef that's in my inventory. In order for me to move these animals, I have to take out quite a few of them so that moving them is more effective. So, now they're off the dock. Now I'm going to quickly clean up this area of the dock and maybe change it slightly because I do want to keep like something here. I may actually turn this into another building like that's just right here on the dock, but I'm going to quickly turn this into just a normal piece of land, and then we're gonna work from there. Okay, now I was originally going to dig all of this up and replace it with some slabs, but I've only done that on these two sides, which were already mostly slab anyway. These sides, on the other hand, whatever you see that is dirt is probably going to be transformed into foliage later on. So I need to put the building in and then transfer all of this into foliage or even a small farm or just some storage like the barrels and stuff I have there. So that's the reason I've left kind of like the grass and the dirt in place, is to do that later on. But we're going to be leaving this alone for this episode because that is really all the time I have. I've put up a whole nother building, went ahead and detailed that entire area back there, and I have the cows moved to closer to where their final location is going to end up being, and I've tore down their old pen and made plans for another house in the next episode. I know I said last episode that I didn't want to focus on the docks anymore, but the docks is going to be the first impression whenever somebody comes to the city. So it's kind of where I want to put in the most detail. A lot of the paintings and things like that you see, it's a lot of detail in the very front and less detail as you go back. And that's kind of what the mindset I'm working with when it comes to this city. it's more detail up front and then less detail as you go back. Because every time I look at the city, it's from that I have like some pillars out in the water that I've used. I'm trying to see if I can find one back there right now. Doesn't look like I can, but I have some pillars hidden like inside the kelp where I build up and take those far off photos of my village. And I'm wanting that kind of aesthetic whenever I look at my village from afar. So, next episode, we're definitely going to be focusing on the marketplace. That's going to be built. We're going to focus on the marketplace. And maybe even start the tree tomorrow? I don't know. Or, not tomorrow. Next episode. Next episode will be on a Friday. But, that is all for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!